everybody. This is Tammie Brown with an IE, and we're listening to Homorazzi.com.
Hello, Miss Tammie Brown.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. Well, I just wanted to first take the time to thank you for speaking with us today.
Oh, that's nice. My pleasure.
And go ahead.
I said thank you.
Oh, of course. So, as one of the, I would have to say, probably fan favorites right now, everyone up here in Vancouver, Canada, at least is loving you. I wanted to know, how are you? Are you getting really good fan response back from your appearance on All Stars?
You better believe it. I keep getting this ones about, oh, you need to have your own show. Oh, you're a comic genius. Ooh, yes. That's really nice, actually.
Mm-hmm. So how did you feel when you got the call to be on All Stars?
I was ecstatic because I wanted to be on it. I mean, who wants to sit at home while the other girls are playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt I should be on there because I always make like catchphrases and always stand out. Mm-hmm. And I'm a true drag queen, so I felt I should be on there as well. Mm-hmm. I just felt like it's kind of a competition, which I don't feel is fair always. So it was nice to be on there.
Awesome. Now, when they dropped the bomb of partnering up with the girls, I mean, I asked all of the ones that I've talked to about this already. How did you feel? And I mean, what was going through your head when Rue dropped that little twist?
That was not a big deal. I had already had dreams sort of that was going to happen. I kept having dreams that I was working with Chanel.
Uh-huh.
And then, but I knew that when we got there and they asked us about partners, I knew that they were going to put Chanel. I mean, I knew Chanel would pick Chad.
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of on the fence, but then I knew Raven was going to pick Juju because I'm close with Raven, actually.
Yep.
And then on a personal level and we've been working together for the past 7-8 years together. And she hired me in her show in Riverside. And then I told Nina, I looked at Nina and I told her, esto me vale, which means this doesn't matter to me in Spanish. And I decided I'm just going to pick Nina. And then Nina decided to pick me too.
Oh.
Nina and I have a strong connection. We're both spiritual, kind of sentimental people, in touch, kind of with things like that. So on more of a spiritual level, Nina and I are both like that. And I'm happy I picked Nina. And it was really nice to have picked Nina and that we picked each other right off the bat. So we weren't like, oh hi, I'm the girl left out, you know.
Right.
But I think if I was left with anybody, I would have made it work. It wasn't a big deal. It's not that hard to do that.
Right. So when we were watching RuPaul's Gaffin, you chose probably one of my favorite people to have ever lived, Miss Tammy Faye. Mm-hmm. And so what was your reasoning behind choosing her? Like, how did you come to choose her as the impersonation you were going to do?
Well, I like her. I think she's fun. She's a really nice person, actually. I've watched her a lot, and she's just and her son's amazing too. I mean, I really like her. I've met her before twice. Here in Long Beach, actually. I was even on the Surreal Life with her when she was on that show. It was my first walk-on. And I just really enjoy her. I think she's neat, and I like her. She's actually a really stylish woman. People might think that she's kind of an exaggerator, but she's actually really stylish. If you look at her, she really worked hard, and she's such an uplifting, wonderful person. And I like her, and I could knock her look off. I've always been told that I kind of look like her as well, besides Marlena Dietrich or Joan Crawford or Betty Davis.
Right. During your, I would say, runway critique, we saw you kind of give Michelle a little bit of a read, which I thought was very brave of you, because usually the girls don't, really talk back to the judges. What made you feel like you had to defend yourself?
I'm just not going to I'm an artist, first of all. I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going to put up with that kind of an attitude. All that is an illusion, the cellophane illusion, the Hollywood illusion, the Hollywood machine, and I'm not going to be putting up with it because I'm an artist, and I'm also part of the Hollywood machine, so I don't have to take that. And I've studied. I know what I'm doing. I know drag inside and out. I know the history of drag. I know about drag in all these different countries. I'm not going to be putting up with that. And then I've known other phenomenal artists that are like Chilean artists like Violeta Parra and all these other people that stood up for themselves, for, like Frida Kahlo, any of these artists, they would stand up for themselves and they would speak out. It's my art. I'm not going to let you, step on it and tell me what you need. Same goes to Santino. I'm not going to put up with his stuff. He wants to call himself, 2 years ago, he was dressed up like as an acidic Jew, and I mean acid, because that's all that comes out of his mouth. And I want to give him a nice ringer because he's so nasty to Chanel all the time. He needs to get off it and let us do our thing. I don't see him, with his stuff in magazines or anything.
Right. Now, do you think,
bad. Same thing with RuPaul. I've told him off before, too, because no tea, no shade. They feed him everything in his ear.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, Miss Tammie, we are getting some tea this morning.
But he wants the truth. I mean, but I don't want to be, I'm not trying to sound nasty. I'm happy I was on the show. But it's the Hollywood machine. It's all fake. And another thing is, too, Nina and I are on the bottom, too. Why? Because we're not going to sit around out. Chanel, it's funny how she gets by without gossiping. I mean, she doesn't really say anything negative about me, but she gets through. But like Nina and I, we refuse to say things blatantly to them that we're not going to be rude. So that's why we were kind of on the cutting floor.
Right. You kind of felt.
And if you can tell, they weren't showing anything of Nina, which is really sad. And then when they do show her, they show her like kind of maybe make it look like she's kind of upset with me, which she never was. We were always working together.
Yeah. Now, did you, feel like your story kind of ran out? Is that why you feel you were in the bottom two?
Oh, what do you mean? No, I don't think my story ran out. Not with my one-liners.
Yeah.
And the people keep telling me that I made such good TV.
Well,
and they're like,
did.
oh, my God.
You did. You made some of the best TV. So I was doing a little bit of research on you, and I saw a Kickstarter project. I don't know if you finished it or is it still going on. Do you want to give us a little bit of information about that?
I finished the Kickstarter. It was a flop. I didn't make as much, and I don't want to do it again. I made like 1,400, and the reason I made the stake so high on it is because they're going to take money out for one, and then also what I was going to. They asked for gifts. Whenever you do the Kickstarter, a certain percentage people give and they get a gift, which I think is really ridiculous because then you have to spend all your time buying these gifts or making sure that they have all the gifts and sending them all out in the mail and everything. So I actually tied that in with the whole Kickstarter. I just don't want to do it again. You have to advertise it every day on Facebook or whatever, and then they say not even to not even do that. And I don't know. I don't really like the politics of that Kickstarter. Right. But what we can talk about is my album I'm working on.
Yes, let's talk about your album. I think that's kind of what I was going towards more, your album. Yeah.
It's Hot Skunk, and Hot Skunks, and that's with an X, Hot Skunks, and I don't mean skunks as in I don't mean skunks as in P-U, I mean skunks as in hot, like hot grease. But it's going to be, there's folk songs on the album, it's a pop album, but there's folk on there, and there's going to be dance. And there's going to be 3 of the songs on the album are actually going to be in Spanish. So they do speak Spanish. And I'm actually currently working on getting the video together. I think I'm going to be doing it with J.D. Gurman Jr. And he's going to be directing it. And then there's the dance songs on there like Rain or Shine. And I wrote most of the songs. And then the lyrics for most of the songs. And then I get together with my creative partner or my accompanist, and we'll write out the music. He'll write out the music and put that together. And I'm a musical entertainer. I've always wanted to be a musical entertainer, and that's what I'm really focusing on. And like with management now, they're really pushing that as well, my musical.
Well, excellent.
Like Kiki and Herb are one of those acts, but I would like to take mine to another level.
Where can people get information about Tammie Brown if they so desire?
Okay, you can do my TammieBrown.net, TammieBrown.net, and then there's also you can also go to. I have a fan page on Facebook, and you can send me messages I'll reply more than likely. I reply to everybody's message.
Awesome.
And I've always been doing that. It's gotten a little difficult right now, but I do it. And you can also purchase my album Popcorn, which is on iTunes.
Thank you so much, Tammie, and good luck with everything in the future.
Thank you so much.
Okay, have a great day.